Imagine love like a garden. Without a fence, anyone can walk in trampling flowers, pulling roots, even stealing fruit. But with strong, clear boundaries, that same garden thrives, lush, safe, and beautiful. Boundaries aren't walls. They're the invisible lines that protect love, not suffocate it. When we fall in love, it's tempting to give everything, our time, our energy, our whole self. We think love means no limits, but love without boundaries isn't intimacy, it's chaos. The truth is, the healthiest, most lasting relationships are built on respect, and respect is impossible without boundaries. So today, let's talk about what healthy boundaries in love actually look like, why they matter, and how you can set them without guilt or fear. Think of boundaries like traffic lights in a city. Imagine a place with no red light scars, speeding from every direction, everyone honking, crashes at every corner. That's what a relationship without boundaries feels like. Constant tension, misunderstandings, collisions. Now picture the same city with clear signals, green, yellow, red. The flow becomes smoother. People know when to move, when to pause, and when to stop. The city becomes safer, calmer, even more alive. Boundaries in love work exactly the same way. They aren't meant to block connection, but to guide it so both people feel safe to move freely without fear of crashing into each other. First, let's clear a common myth. Boundaries are not ultimatums, punishments, or selfish demands. They're not about controlling your partner. They're not about building walls of silence or withdrawal, and they're not a sign of weakness or coldness. Instead, boundaries are an act of honesty. They're about saying, this is who I am, this is what I need, and this is how we can love each other better. Here's the truth. Without boundaries, love erodes. Why? Resentment grows. When you keep saying yes, while your heart screams no, you slowly start resenting your partner. Identity fades. If you lose your voice just to keep the peace, eventually you don't even recognize yourself. Trust breaks. When limits are unclear, one person will always end up feeling taken for granted. Healthy boundaries, on the other hand, create safety. Both partners know where the edges are, and that brings peace. They create clarity. No guessing games, no silent suffering, and they create respect. You don't just love each other, you honor each other. Boundaries show up in everyday moments. Time. Maybe you need an evening alone to recharge, and you say, I love spending time with you, but I also need one night a week just for myself. Communication. When arguments heat up, you set the rule. If voices rise, we'll pause and come back when we're calmer. Physical space. You might need privacy with your phone, journal, or creative work, and that's okay. Values. You might draw a line around what you won't tolerate, like disrespect, dishonesty, or betrayal. None of this makes you cold. It makes the relationship sustainable. Let's be honest. Setting boundaries feels scary. We fear rejection. If I say what I need, will they still love me? We fear conflict. What if they get angry or think I'm difficult? But here's the paradox. Hiding your needs to keep the peace only creates bigger storms later. The people who truly love you won't leave because of your boundaries. They'll respect you more. And if someone walks away just because you drew a line, then they weren't safe for your heart in the first place. So, how do you do it? Here's a simple rhythm. Know yourself first. You can't set boundaries if you don't know what you need. Ask yourself, what drains me? What energizes me? What feels safe? What feels like a violation? Speak with clarity, not cruelty. Use I statements instead of you accusations. For example, instead of, you never listen to me, try, I feel unheard when I'm interrupted, and I'd love if we could finish our thoughts before responding. Hold the line gently but firmly. Boundaries mean nothing if you don't stand by them. You can be kind and steady at the same time. Listen to their boundaries too. This isn't one's. Love is two gardens, side by side, each with its own fence, each respecting the other's space, yet both growing together. I once heard a couple describe their marriage like dancing. At first, they kept stepping on each other's toes because neither had said what felt comfortable. But once they talked openly, don't twirl me too hard. I need slower steps here. I love when you hold me this way. Their dance transformed. The rhythm became smoother, the connection deeper. That's the gift of boundaries. They turn clumsy collisions into graceful movements. So remember this. Love without boundaries is like a song without rhythm, chaotic noise. But love with boundaries, it's music, flowing, balanced, alive. Setting healthy boundaries isn't selfish. It's the most powerful way to protect your heart, nurture your identity, and keep love alive for the long run. Because in the end, boundaries don't limit love. They let love breathe. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. Where in your relationships do you need clearer boundaries? And what's one gentle step you can take this week to honor them? And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because healthy love always begins with healthy boundaries.